Okay, now after I hope you all check the Python tutorials, let's move to Touch Designer. Mm, I strongly suggest you to install the new version 2020. It have a lot of new interesting features and bug fixes. Okay, first things I wanna suggest you few resources. You can just go and type Python Touch Designer, and you will find some good resource to learn it. Okay, while internet works, so let's look here. Okay, to open the terminal in Touch Designer, you can go to the dialog, export and that's, or you can press Alt Tab button. So Alt plus Tab plus Tab will open terminal. Also, what we can do, we can just split our window. I will delete palette for now, and here I can also write text for that. And so now here you see we have version 2020 for Touch Designer, and we have Python version 3.7 for March 7. It's made for 60-bit AMD. The Windows I use 64-bit now, so you can test what we learned before. Here's the simple stuff. X equals 5, x equals x multiplied by x, power of x. So okay, it works, Python works. So how we can apply and use Python each Touch Designer? So first things first, in most cases you're gonna use Python at the beginning at least for referencing. You remember, if I have two components, okay, I can have like some LFO, and I can use maybe constant here, or I can, let's do movie file in with some level after and null as usually. So you remember what we did before? Okay, okay, this LFO, let's apply me to the match. Okay, I can do not much, I can just tell it's offset 0.5. I don't know, it's not work this way. I just, okay, let's just use match, it's gonna be simpler. From -1 to 0.1. So now here, if I make it active, I can just split here. And here we see I have different ways. I can export chop. Okay, I wanna not gamma, I want opacity. I can do current chop value, and I can do chop reference. So if you open chop reference, you see, so this is pretty much the Python script that gonna reference to our match channel. So I can do it here. I can write it op match 1 chan 1. So it's the name of this channel. Yeah. Okay, because here it is match 1. So yeah, if I use this one terminal, it will go through the root of the project, so I need to write the whole name. So here I can say, okay, I can write, okay, project 1 match 1 channel 1, and chat, it's pretty much give me the object channel with name chan1, owner of the project, and the value, right? I can convert it to the int, not int, float, if I want to float of my chan1. So it will give me number, yeah. Or I can do it string if I want. So now it's string, right? The same. I can access it different way. I can access chan1, or I can access just like 0. So the same. It's 0, it will mean it will pick up just first channel. So for example, I can write here, I can have 5 channels here. 0 to 5. So I can access to channel 0, I can access to channel 1 or 5 or whatever. Let's just do some delay here. Here we can still have one channel, and here I will merge them together and delay, let's say, because it's pretty much the same, so 0.5. So now you see it's a little bit different values, yeah. Again, here in my constant, I can do the same. I can give the name, okay, whatever name, doesn't matter. So here for value of this channel, I can write op match 1, 0. It gives me value of the first channel. The same I can do with the second one. Op match 1, 1. Give me the second one. So if I use this 0, 1, the indexes, it does not matter if I will change the name of the channels, it still works. But if I will definitely use the channel name here, so now it works, but if I change the name, it does not work, the first one, right? So what's the difference? And what one to use? So here is trade-off. If I use indexes like this, I don't care about the channel name, right? But in this case, if I will change the order of my channel, somehow it will change the order here. So maybe if I'm doing some system, I don't wanna be dependent on the order of channels. So in this case, I will strictly use the channel I want to, channel name. So and now you see it does not matter. Okay, channel 0, and it's still, I need to rename here, for example, because they have the same name, so it's a little bit tricky now. Channel 1. So this is channel 1 always, this is so. and 0. So now we see if I change the order, my references still still work as I want it to work. So it's quite good way to use it. So again, as you remember, you already talked before, we talk about absolute and relative path. So if I use text port here, I need to use absolute path because the text port is in the root category. But if I'm here in my program, inside I also can use a different way, right? So let's create one more channel here, and I can write it's okay. Base 1 relative, it's gonna be 1. In base 1 absolute. So for base 1 relative, I can do the relative reference here. So from where I am now. So I'm now in the project 1, and from here I need to go to the base 1 directory and find inside like LFO 1. And I want to channel 0 from this. So now I get this value from this channel. And I can do the absolute path. It's not big difference here. All what I need to do, I need just write absolute path. So you see, the result is totally the same, but now again, this is here it depends what you want to do. In most cases, usually you use relative path, because if I move this and I wanna move this one also, absolute path is not gonna change. Even if I'm here, we'll rename this one. Okay, this is already broken, both of them. But anyway, relative path usually it's much more stable and easy to use. So this is one of the simple way how we can do reference. Again, we can do reference for our chop, we can do reference for the top, and we can do reference for the tables also. Okay, about tables we will talk a little bit later. So let's put it in the base, collapse it, and I call it reference too much f. And now I see here it's broken, the one with relative path is broken, yeah, because I need to fix it also. Let's save it. Let's see the teaching. Okay. So now let's create another base here, and this is, I will call the basic operators for Python. One of the main operator here have the text one. So text operator, we can just write some text here, comments, and leave it. Okay, I can write okay. So it can be text to save some information to use after, or just to remain or not for myself what its component about. So we can use tx to save information or to think what is component about, right? You can edit text operators which you can edit content in textport. It will open here. So now I can write something here and it will update automatically. Or I can open in the, when I put edit content, it will open the external editor. In my case, external editor is Visual Code. This is you can set up in the preferences. If you go to the preferences and that, you can set up the external text editor. So here you just reply the where you want to put it. So this is text one. It can be just notes or information. But the text component is the main component for the Python. Let's close this one and let's open this one. I can make it active also and just type here. So I can just write here print this is Python script. So now when I will put like run script on CorterWare, here you see in my export it's executed. So I put Ctrl-R, so it's executed, right? And for example, let's create some constant here, simple one. And in this my Python script, I can write this is Python script. Print the constant one value. Okay, let's just open it in export. So okay, I can set up const one, it will be value op constant one. They in the same directory, like right, constant one 0, and here I can format const one, and after I can write new value op constant one parameter value 0. This is how I can get access to the parameters. So here, if you will open it, you can see this is parameter name, this is parameter value 0. And this is value 0, I can set up just const 1 plus 1. Let's save it and clear export and let's run it. Okay, const 1 is not defined. Okay. Here error in typing. I write Ctrl-R. Let's see. This is Python script, the constant 1 value 0 0, and now it's 1. Now it's 2, now it's 3. So now every time I run this code, I change the constant value inside +1, and I output what it means. I also can write it. I can change the name because here I have name 0, so I can write name 0 gonna be const format const 1. So this is one, not change it one. Again, save it, go to export, Ctrl R, and you see now it's changed the name. But yeah, okay, so but here I see, because by default it's gonna be float value. So here let's just convert it to the int. I don't want these 0 numbers, and now when I run it, okay, constant 15, so now it's changed. And this const 1 will be the value, because const 1 it's linked to this one, so you see if I change this one value of the const 1 also will change. If I will change the order now, so now it's work, yeah, const 1920, but if I set up it after, const 1 is the link to this value. And I think this is something new. Let's try to, yeah, pretty much I can just, in this case I can do here something like this, const 1 equals 1 plus y1. Let's run it. Clear. Okay, no, it does not work this directly way, so I cannot write value in const 1, but when I try to get access to it, it will get the last value here. So this is have sense. So this is way how I can run this operator. So I can run script, right? Let's clean output. So most of the Python and script you can write as models in the text Python. We're gonna talk a little bit more about models and objects next class, but this is for now. So now another quite popular operator, it's chop execute. You will use it a lot. So now I can write, for example, here, let's do something. I can use keyboard in, and keyboard in I can set up, okay, KQ. So each time I press KQ, it's triggered, yeah, and I can put count here, and you see it's every time count. So, and now what I can do here, I can just take my count 1 and apply it to the chop execute. So what chop execute doing? Chop execute will execute Python when some events happened. What kind of events we have here? Off to on, while on to off, while off. File is, so here I just can open the file with the script and command. It's not, but so let's just open everything. So you also can select which channel you want to work. You wanna it's trigger on all channels or just select one channel. And let's to open it in export, and this one we can close. So here you can see when every event happened, we have our channel. We will receive channel, we will receive sample index, we will receive value, and we will receive previous one. Let's do a little bit different. One more. Let's do merge. Put our merge here, and let's put one more. So here we just replace with the W maybe. So Q and W, Q and W to see better. So now you see we have 5 different events. Off to on while on to off. And let's create one more. I will create, it will be E, for example, and I will directly connect here. So E is just trigger on off. Yeah. So to make it if like this, they all not active. So now I can make active off to on and on to off, for example. So after, when I go inside my script, export, it's open here. In off to on, I can write, okay, if value I change from off to on, I can do print well channel turn it on format, and to get the channel name I can do like channel name, okay, like this, and go to export, and now you see channel key E turned on. Let's put it in this so it's a little bit more clear. So channel key turned on. For this one, they always on. You see how it's simple? Let's check what the value basically we can receive from it. I can print channel. Let's see what information is gonna be. 10. So if I just channel, it's gonna be the value of the channel. Channel name, it's channel name. Channel index 2 0 1 2. So now channel index 2. Channel index and let's say so sample index is, let's just run it. Zero, yeah, because now we have just one sample here. But for example, if we have audio file in, for example, we have multiple samples, and I can collect this is for example, apply this one. Let's save first to our chop execute, and you see the sample, but it's getting very slow now because it's a lot of samples. It's 2078,000 samples, yeah, each frame. So it's kind of like a lot. But here you see it will tell me which sample. Here it was changed from minus or 0, from negative to plus. But it's channel 1, channel 2 we have, and the sample 1. Sample is basically just this one number. Okay, this you got. And what also we can have, we have value and we have previous value. So we can write val. So val, it's easy, it's current value, and prev, it's previous value. Yeah. Okay. You can also always go to this documentation, Python documentation here. It will open the browser. So you can see chop execute, and here it basically gives you all description. What the kind of argument it can be, and for each operator you can get the Python information for this. Yeah. Guess here on the wiki you can see introduction to Python, all classes, all objects, modules, all parameters they have. Python tips. This one document is very useful. I will put this link. So I strongly suggest you to put it bookmarks somewhere. And yeah, Matthew Regan have some Python Toy Designer tutorial also. You can check. I will put this information more in the link. But anyway. So now you see when it's on, and now I can, and we also have on to off. So I can just copy this part, and on to off I can just write the same. So clean, I press it, turn on, I leave it, it turn on, off. Okay, to change here I need to change here also, yeah, otherwise it's not big different. On off, on off, on off, on off. We can get some movie file in and get some video here, and in the video we can go to the play and see play. We have parameter play. So for example, and also we have multiple parameters here. I can do here, I can write if channel name equals key E, I do this, and here is the same. So now you see when I use key E, it's some error here. Yeah. So on off, but if I will use another channel, it does not affect it, right? So, and we have our, so if it's on, I can write op movie file in one, right? Parameter play equals 1. If I turn it off, it's equals 0. So now you see when I press E button, it's play. When I release it, stop. I play, stop, press, play, release, stop, place. So it's kind of not bad, right? So KQ, maybe we can make, okay, we can set up limit from loop min max. We can set up from 0 to 10. And yeah, for speed here, I can just write KQ. It's gonna be speed. Okay, count, let's set up not from 0, from 1. And for speed, divided by 10. So I press, it's slow, but if I press Q, I change the speed, I speed up it, and after slow again. So, and I can do this not loop maps. Okay, fine. So you see here, so the same while on. So why this parameter on? This is gonna happen here. So I can write here, for example, let's for the key W set up another loop min max from -1 to 2. and let pulse to 0. So, and here in while on I can write if channel name equals key v, key w, I don't know what I can here again. Let's put level here. And level opacity I can write op level 1 parameter par opacity equals 1, right? But while it off it will be 0. So while on, while off I set up, and we can run IE, and you see when this is get to the negative, opacity 0. So this is off now. So opacity 0. Off, opacity 0. On, opacity 1. On, opacity 1. Off, opacity 0. Play, opacity. Okay, this is not really like a good way to do, because it will every frame check it. In this case it's easy, just do direct connection, but it can be useful in some cases where, okay, while I waiting something or while something on, I need to execute script every time. So, right? And here, the last one we have on value change, I can write if channel name equals again kq, I can, I don't know, print speed changed. And here, okay, on off, opacity does not do anything here. And you see, I press Q but nothing happened because I need to activate it. Now speed change, speed change, speed change every time I press Q. So now I have free button to kind of like control all this video. And this is quite simple use of Python and chop execute to control it, right? So we have the similar way to do it for the panel execute. Okay, it's gonna be in the next video.